Hello friends, we will deal with one of the simplest topics in signal processing. So let's deal with odd and even signals. Now if I consider a signal x of t or a discrete signal x of n, we say that the given signal x of t is even. So this is even if x of minus t equals x of t, or similarly if x of minus n equals x of n. Now what does this mean? Let's take an example. So if I consider a given signal where the signal x of t is 1, has an amplitude 1 at t equal to 0, and the value becomes 0 at t equals 1, and similarly 0 at t equals minus 1. So we find that the given signal is absolutely symmetric about the vertical axis. That means I can fold the given signal along the vertical axis and it would coincide. In such a case, the given signal is said to be an even signal. Therefore, the signal x of t or x of n is even if x of minus t equals x of t, or if x of minus n equals x of n, which basically means it is symmetric with respect to the vertical axis. Now let's consider an odd signal. The given signal x of t or x of n is said to be odd if x of minus t is equal to minus x of t and x of minus n is equal to minus x of n. Now what does this mean? This means the given signal would be symmetric with respect to the origin. For example, let me consider a given signal. So consider a signal x of t where the given signal is 1 at t equals plus 1, and the given signal has an amplitude minus 1 at t equals minus 1. Now this signal is considered to be an odd signal because it is symmetric about the origin, right? So you can invert it about the origin. So what happens here? X of minus t, if I take x of minus t is nothing but, I'm actually taking its image along the vertical axis. So this will be x of minus t. So I get a signal like this. This is x of minus t. Then you take its negative. When I take the negative of x of minus t, the positive becomes negative and the negative becomes positive. So I get back this signal, x of t. So therefore, such a signal is considered to be an odd signal if x of minus t equals minus x of t and x of minus n equals minus x of n, where the given signal is symmetric with respect to the origin. Now the question is, if I have a signal x of t which may not be an even signal or which may not be an odd signal, can I find its even component as well as its odd component? So given a signal x of t, how can I find xe of t? And given a signal x of t, how can I find x odd of t? So given a signal x of t, how can I find its even component? The even component xe of t is given by the expression 1 by 2 into x of t plus x of minus t. Now similarly, if the given signal is x of n, then the even component xe of n is 1 by 2 x of n plus x of minus n. So this is the even component for the given signal x of t and for the given signal x of n. Now similarly, if I have the signal x of t, how do I calculate its odd component? xo of t is nothing but 1 by 2 into x of t minus x of minus t, and similarly xo of n equals 1 by 2 x of n minus x of minus n. So these are the expressions which we need to remember. So given any signal x of t or the discrete signal x of n, we can find the even component or the odd component by using this expression. So take the sum of x of t and x of minus t by 2 will give you the even. Take the difference of x of t and x of minus t by 2 will give us the odd component. Let's take a few examples. If x of n equals u of n, we need to find x e of n and x o of n. Now what is u of n? U of n is a signal wherein you have impulses starting from n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on with an amplitude equal to 1. So this happens to be a step, right? So for all the values from n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, the amplitude is 1. This is x of n. To find x e of n, I need x of n and I have to add x of n with x of minus n. So we have x of minus n is nothing but this signal which has been, so x of minus n is nothing but x of n which has been folded along the vertical axis. So how do I obtain x of minus n? So you have the value of n. So this is 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. So the value would be, for 0 it remains at 0. So if I fold along the vertical axis, I get what is at 1 will now appear at minus 1, what is at 2 will appear at minus 2, at 3 will appear at minus 3 and so on. This amplitude is 1, right? So now I have to divide the amplitude by 2. So when I divide the amplitude by 2, I get half here, and similarly I get half here. Now these two signals have to be added. Now when I add these two signals, only the amplitude values at n equal to 0 gets added. Half plus half becomes 1 at n equal to 0, and all the remaining impulses will have an amplitude equal to 1 by 2. So when I add these two, so these two are being added. So what do we get? So you have n at 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So for n equal to 0, we get half plus half, which is 1. So therefore, this is going to be 1. And all the other impulses on either sides will be half. So this is going to be 1. So this is x e of n. So this is the even component. So observe that if I fold the given signal along the vertical axis, they would coincide. Or the given signal x e of n is symmetric about the vertical axis. So if I take the image of the given signal x e of n along the vertical axis, they would coincide. So this is x e of n. So how can we define x e of n? X e of n is 1 for n equal to 0 and is half for n not equal to 0. So this is how we can define x e of n for x of n equal to u of n. Now how do I obtain x o of n? Now to find x o of n, I need x of n minus x of minus n. So we need x of n and half of x of n here. So we are trying to find out x o of n. And now I have x of minus n by 2 here. But we need minus of x of minus n by 2. So first let me subtract these two. So to get x o of n, I have half of x of n, which is this signal, minus half of this. So these two signals have to be subtracted. So this is going to be x o of n. That is the odd component. So I have x of n by 2 here, which is half at 0. And then I have half at 1, half at 2, 3 and so on. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And this will be subtracted by this value. So half minus half. So here at n equal to 0, the value of the impulse gets reduced to 0. Right? So this is 0 here. And all these values are half. right? So therefore what happens here, these values for n equal to -1, -2, it's going to be 0, -half, 0, -half. So all the values here would be equal to -half. So for the instances -1, -2, -3, -4, so this value would be -half. So this is -half and this is +half. So how do we define x odd of n? So x odd of n is nothing but, so here it's going to be 0 for n equal to 0, half for n greater than 0, and -half for n less than 0. So this is how we can define this x. This is how we can define the odd component x O of n, where x of n equals u of n. Another problem, if x of t equals e power minus t into u of t, find the even component and the odd component. Now to get the even and the odd component, I need x of minus t. So x of minus t is e power t. So wherever t is there, replace it by minus t. So minus of minus t becomes plus t here, and this is u of minus t. Now what is x e of t, the even component? It is nothing but half of x of t, which is e power minus t u of t, plus x of minus t, which is e power t u of minus t. So this will be the even component. And what about the odd component? X O of t is half of x of t, which is e power minus t into u of t, minus this value, which is e power t into u of minus t. Right? A very easy problem. So where we have to find the even as well as the odd component. Next. So given a signal x of t, where the signal is 0 for t less than 0, and for t equal to 0 it is 2, and then it reduces from 2 to 0 at t equal to 3 and is 0 further. So we need to obtain the even component as well as the odd component. Now to find the even or the odd component, I need x of minus t. So first let me obtain x of minus t. So I have x of minus t. Now x of minus t is nothing but the mirror image of the signal x of t on the other side of the vertical axis. So the signal is 2, has an amplitude 2 at t equal to 0. So this is t equal to 0, it has an amplitude 2, and here the amplitude is 0 for t equal to 3. So in this case the amplitude will be 0 for t equal to minus 3. So it's going to be minus 2, minus 1. So this is going to be x of minus t. Now in both the cases we need half of x of t and half of x of minus t. So if I divide this by 2, what happens? The amplitude gets divided, so it's going to be 1 here, and the maximum amplitude here would be 1. To find the even component, I just have to add these two signals. When I add these two signals, observe here, when I add these two signals, the amplitude at t equal to 0 and t equal to 0 gets added up. So 1 plus 1 would be 2 here, right? So on this side, the amplitude drops from 2 to 0 and then becomes 0 from t equal to 3. So from 2 it drops down to 3. And similarly on the other side, from 2 it drops down to 0 at t equal to minus 3 and remains 0. So this is x e of t, the even component. The odd component, I need to subtract these two. To subtract these two, I have x of t by 2. So this signal remains as it is. X of t by 2 remains as it is, with an amplitude 1 going down to 0 at t equal to 3 minus. So this amplitude becomes negative. So what was 1 becomes minus 1. So this becomes minus 1 at t equal to 0, and it again returns back to 0 at t equal to minus 3. So this is the odd component. So this is the even component for the given signal x of t, and this is the odd component for the given signal x of t. Very easy set of problems. So this is one of the easiest topics in signals and systems, where we try to obtain the even as well as the odd component for the given signal x of t. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and press the bell icon to get notifications of all the further uploads. And also I would like to mention that I've published books for children titled Bharatiya Katha Vaibhava. The link has been given in the description. The link also has been mentioned in the comment section, where you can join the Telegram group and know more about the books what has been published. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching.